I welcome you to the episode 1 of my Dragonborn in-depth walkthrough as the Dovahkiin, the mighty Thor. The demigod, the god of thunder, the son of Odin. A very fitting character for the world of Skyrim. But I am going to be doing a roleplay on him. A big idea occurred to me to do 2 characters for the same playthrough as my main Dovahkiins. One is a Mighty Thor, and the other one is the goddess of the fire from the world of Golden Axe, TYRIS FLARE. She is beautiful, at least to my eyes. So TYRIS is one of my favorite characters from the world of Golden Axe. And she's a barbarian Amazon who happens to be also the daughter of the dragon god. She can destroy with her fires. So yeah, I was going to originally think of, I wanted to do the Mighty Thor as my main character for the Dragonborn DLC, but I also got torn between doing him and doing my TYRIS FLARE. So at the end I decided why I don't do both at the same time. I know it sounds complicated and elaborate, but I'm thinking that for each episode I'm gonna make like say episode 1 we do one character and the next episode we do another character. So I came with a more unique idea of bringing 2 role plays, 2 different characters for the same playthrough. And these 2 characters, they're gonna be pretty much only for the sake of the Dragonborn. Yeah, just gonna burn them with the passion. She also is going to be, of course, a warrior. Pretty much a spell sower. That was good. Anyway, if you see TYRIS in Golden Axe game, she's capable of summon fire and casting fire. Even summon dragon fires, which is an ability that she's gonna have. But she's mainly a fighter. She's really good with the sword too. But anyway, for this episode, we're gonna start as the Mighty Thor, the son of Asgard, the guardian of Asgard, and one of my favorite heroes of all time. Been always wanted to make any kind of video related Skyrim, playing as the Thor, because I always thought it would be a great idea. Well, he's gonna start level 26, because I kind of took me some time to get this build together. So I decided to get these mod weapons, which are pretty much a version of the glass weapons, but they're all like in silver. And this is gonna be a representation of the Mjolnir hammer, because I haven't found yet like a good mod that will look like the identical Thor, Mjolnir. But we've seen versions, many different adaptations of the Mjolnir hammer, so I thought it would be cool to use this. And also, he will be casting, lightning power. So he's gonna be like the lightning base elemented character, but TYRIS, she's gonna be like based on fire. Also, this is a good idea of a weapon that is supposed to be a two-handed, but this one is a mod that you can carry with only one hand. So it's gonna work as a one-hand weapon, which is gonna be very interesting. Still, I know they don't look so much like the Mjolnir, but they totally had the style of Thor, and I really love this modern weapon because it really fixes for me the issue that two-hand have in Skyrim. That to me, two-hand it kind of really sucks, and it's just way too sluggish and slow. And I hate the fact how you can hold something else in your other hand. So I'm gonna give it a try to this weapon, and it's already enchanted with the mighty lightning's powers and paralysis too. They're all enchanted, but it's pretty much the same. But I think I'm gonna use this one as my main for now, the glass mace, cause it's just amazing looking. Now I'm gonna show what I got here in my build, and I have a mod that is gonna make the scaling of my spells a hell of a lot better, because if you know Skyrim, will know that the vanilla version of magic is not that great at all, especially if you're gonna play it on legendary mode. It's going to really suck, because sadly it doesn't have a right scaling on the vanilla version. So this mod that I have, it makes your magic way stronger. I mean, like the more you level up the magic, the better it's gonna scale. And also, if you get these perks, they're going to make a significant difference on damage. Also, this mod allows me to get one perk from the illusion tree. This is a very important one, the quiet casting, which is going to allow me for casting spells without giving away my position to the enemies whenever I'm trying to do a stealth attack. And well, since it's a legendary mode, I'm gonna have to keep my stealth, so that way I'm gonna be avoiding damage. But anyway, this is gonna be this Thor is not gonna be so much doing like relying so much on stealth all the time. There's many times when he's gonna go engage in on direct combat, but I don't know. Anyway, I always got a tendency to be a stealthy player, so I'm gonna show what I have for now for him. And this is something I usually don't do. I am a swordsman, but for this time around I'm gonna be going with the mace and axes, because that suits more the style of Thor. And yeah, I really like the way this awesome chrome silver looking versions of the glass mace they just look beautiful. And also love the armor that I'm wearing, the blade armor, but this is the black version, which is a light version too. I just name it the Asgardian armor. This is the same armor that I'm using for my other playthrough of Hector, the Devil Forge Master. But in that playthrough, I'm covering pretty much the main game, and I wanna try to do a 100% playthrough with him. But I decided to make a separate series that is going to be played as different characters. Like saying, right now I'm doing another one for Dongor, and for Dongor I'm using a vampire hunter, Simon Belmont roleplay, and for Dragonborn I just want to do the Mighty Thor and TYRIS. Sometimes I may use a shield like this one right here, which is a very beautiful mod version of the dragon shield. I was thinking of using it for some specific moments when I want to be like a tanky fighter or whatever. I can also block with my mace, so I could also do that too, but for the time being it's gonna be one-handed and lightning in the other. Let's go outside. Odin! Odin! Summoning the powers of Valhalla, the powers of Asgard, the mighty sky is filled with the lightning, and the mighty Thor can feel the presence of his father in the sky. The gods are within. Okay, so the first thing we need to do, we need to travel all the way over there to access the DLC content to Windhelm. There we need to go. So I'm gonna hire a horse, so that way we don't have to waste time traveling all the way there. This is where you need to come first, so you can enter the Dragonborn DLC.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. Ever been to Windhelm? The oldest city in Skyrim by some time. They say the big old palace there was built by you.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. There's a new museum opening up in Dawnstar. The owner is asking me to hand out invitations to travelers.
Ah, a letter from the Jarl.
Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Skyrim isn't very friendly for Argonians, so we mostly just keep out of the way. Windhelm has been hard on my people, but our fortunes will turn and we have shelter and food. Oh yes, after all, what's the point in being miserable all the time? I know life on the docks isn't easy. Sometimes life puts you in difficult circumstances you didn't choose. But being happy or unhappy is a choice you make. and I've chosen to make the best of things that I can. We have not fared well outside our native Black Marsh, but we're determined to make the best of things. I began praying to Zenithar, the god of wealth, to bring us some fortune, but thieves made off with my sacred amulet almost as soon as I bought it. We will endure. We always have. I enjoyed our talk.
If you're looking for passage to SOLSTHEIM, you won't find a finer vessel than the Northern Maiden. Surprised you've never heard of it? It's an island northeast of here. That's a small dark elf town called Raven Rock, and a handful of Nords living in Skal village. People don't usually sail over there unless they have a particular reason. It can be a pretty rough place. I'll give you a fair price. Not many people headed over there these days. If you ask me, I can't blame them. Things aren't what they used to be out there. They still pay me for supplies and passage, and I can always use the coin. Still interested in heading over there? You've got yourself a ship. We'll cast off immediately. Well, here we are. Welcome to Raven Rock. Just be careful here. Things aren't what they used to be.
I don't recognize you. So I'll assume this is your first visit to Raven Rock, Outlander. State your intentions. That's the kind of attitude that's going to land you in prison. But I'll let it go for now. Just remember, Raven Rock is sovereign territory of House Redoran. This is Morrowind, not Skyrim. While you're here, you will be expected to abide by our laws. Any questions? Raven Rock started out as an Imperial settlement. The Empire decided to abandon it, just as my people were first setting foot here. They left the town a shambles, but when House Redoran took over, we turned it around and it became ours. And even if it's been a struggle to make this island livable, we're proud to call it home. I have to be. As second counselor, the security of Raven Rock is my primary concern. This isn't exactly the city of Blacklight. We're on the frontier out here, and we've had more than a fair share of troubles. After all we've been through together, I refuse to let Councillor Morvain down. Councillor Morvain is House Redoran's representative on SOLSTHEIM. As second councillor, it's my job to support him and make certain his rule is enforced. Your ignorance of our homeland doesn't surprise me. It's the capital of Morrowind. Been that way ever since Mournhold was sacked by the Argonians. I don't visit there often anymore, but we still get the occasional supply ship and visitors from there. Hail, Gjalland.
Talk to Captain Gjalland if you're looking for a passage.
Before you even ask, yes, I have the supplies you requested. But
What?
this load cost me double what we'd agreed on. Nothing I can do about it.
Damn it, Gjalland, you know we don't have that much contract.
Look, the East Empire Company didn't give me a choice. They've raised their prices again. And there's nothing I can do about it.
After all these years, they're gouging us for every last drink we had. Let me talk to Lero. I'll see what we can do.
All right, Admiral. Don't worry about rushing. Just pay me when you can.
Your visit here would be tolerated as long as you abide by our laws. Otherwise, you'll answer to the veteran guard.
Seeking passage to Windhelm? I've been sailing the Northern Maiden across the Sea of Ghosts for nearly 20 years now. Not at all. I used to fish the waters around SOLSTHEIM. Made a damn fine living at it, too. But over the years, the ash from Red Mountain poisoned the sea up there, and the fishing became difficult. If it weren't for my supply runs to Raven Rock, I'd have likely sold my ship by now and moved back to Riften. May the wind be at your back, friend.
Talk to Captain Gjalland if you're looking for passage.
If you're looking for passage, talk to Captain Gjalland.
Splendid. Another mouth to feed. Move along, Outlander.
So, this is it. Solstheim. This is where we are, Raven Rock. I'm gonna take my time to display the map. So people are wondering how, the island looks and all that. I'm gonna try to take my time to show it, just to keep the immersion going. May not look too big, but trust me, it has a lot of content and a lot of underground dungeons areas too, so it is fairly huge. Start this journey now. Let me here first.
Azura's wisdom to friend. Yes, Sirrah? There's something you need. Though our spirits may be low and danger lurks beyond the light, I am confident that they will never abandon us again. Are you here to pray, or perhaps pay your respects at our ancestral tomb? There where we inter our dead. They are sacred places, meant to honor their passing. Very well. Sadly, we've been unable to use the ancestral tomb beneath the temple as of late, and have resorted to other locations to scatter the remains. The reclamations as our those foul vermin, the abominations we call ash spawn, have risen from the ashes of our own ancestors. They are befouling the memories of our forefathers by defiling their remains. Saints who were never meant to be the cornerstones of our faith. Thank you, Wanderer. That would be most kind. Here, this key should open the door to the tomb. The Dunmer race doesn't bury their dead, or leave them to rot inside a stone sarcophagus. When a Dunmer passes, his body is given to fire, so he might return to the ash from whence he came. The Dunmer don't believe that death is the end. We believe that it's the beginning. The reclamations are the true tribunal, the Daedra that consecrate the Dunmer people, Azura, Methala, and Boethia. We call them the true tribunal because they have reclaimed their place in our hearts from the false tribunal that came before. Sotha Sil, Amalexia, and Vivek represent what was beings who won the Dunmer people's hearts with their actions, but blinded them just the same. They were aberrations, false prophets. They used their status as heroes to shield the true tribunal from our minds. But now that they've been destroyed, the light can finally shine upon the House of Reclamations. Be cautious, friend. The Ash Spawn are soulless beings with no regard for compassion. Though our spirits may be low and danger lurks beyond the light, I am confident that they will never abandon us again. Sirrah. Excuse me, but the temple is for followers of our faith alone. Outsiders aren't welcome here. You were one of the Ashlanders, Elder?
I was. I wandered the wastes of Vardenfell, carrying the message of the Reclamation. From tribe to tribe. Don't you mean the Anticipations? We no longer use that name for them. They have reclaimed their identity and no longer represent the patronage of the false tribunal. You'll do well to remember that next time, attendant. Of course, Elder. Please forgive me.
There's something you need.
It's just me taking my time with the books. I know some people who care to read them. They got a great lore and they give a lot of depth to the story. Now, we got some devils to slay. Let's do this. monster. Just be vanish. Mighty warrior of Asgard is here. Not even the mighty Skyrim is a threat to the god of thunder.
Yes, Sirrah? I am Othraloth, Elder of the Reclamations and Keeper of this temple. Spirits be praised. I'm hoping you didn't suffer much at the hands of those foul beings. Please, accept this as a token of my thanks.
May Azura, Mafala, and Boethia guide you.
May all your gods guide you as well, old man. Now, Mighty Thor need to step out into the raining storm. But that's it for this episode. This was the first episode of my in-depth walkthrough of the Dragonborn DLC, role-playing the Mighty Thor, the Asgardian. But on the next episode, somebody else will come. Our female warrior, the Amazonian goddess, TYRIS FLARE, will be our heroine for episode 2. I hope to see you there.